inconsistencies come up in the game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Inside, Gibson and Noah. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler in the backcourt. And it's Salmons in at the 3 slot.
13 seconds on the shot.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Harkless. While we can, let's get a quick check of our 2K leaderboard for a glimpse at one of the NBA's most elite groups. The top three-point shooting wingman in the league. Well, you look at Salmons, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
Well, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the three isn't all they do, but it's a lot of what they do.
And as small forwards, they can take it straight to the hole and get their points in close, too. I mean, all of these guys can hurt you inside and out.
Noah the screen, Rose attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
The Magic have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. He didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
It's Salmons on the wing. Back to Rose.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, you know, he's a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It's kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Channing Fries checked in for Gordon. And Gordon subbed in for Oladipo. Clutch the pass to Gordon. And here's Fry for 3. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Rose attacking. Can't connect from short range.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And now a look at Nikola Mirotic, some stats on him. His last 10 games, first in three-point field goal percentage. And he's such an effective and an efficient offensive player. Number 2 in the league in field goal percentage.
Well, Steve, I mean, I've got to say one more thing about his league best three-point percentage. It kind of reminds me of you, partner. Not rushing shots, doing the same thing every time, and not settling for bad ones. Only taking good shots and then making the most of it.
Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. Free throw line jump shot, and that one's good. Rose has got 8.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Orlando's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Clutch. Knocks down the step-back Jay. And Clark, hear about a special bond between players and coaches. Well, his old high school coach is here in the stands to watch him play today.
Well, Kevin, you know, it's always nice to see a familiar face when you're in the NBA. And no matter how many gassers your former coach had you run while you were a sophomore in high school, still good to see his face.
And he lays it straight in. Clutch has got his second basket of the night.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Rose dishes to McDermott. Back to Rose. And the Bulls, another 3.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. No good from outside. Here's McDermott. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Well, the other thing they've done well is getting after shooters. They've closed out well, and they've really blocked a lot of shots in the half.
Clutch, he's in at the point. Harris is out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Ben Gordon, and it's Fournier in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's his first foul. Billy Green's checked in for the Magic. The Bulls also changing it up. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Mirotic. Gibson comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Salmon's in for McDermott. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Heinrich hits it to Noah. The jump hook, and he gets it to go. Noah's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Chicago. The Magic trail by 4.
Joakim Noah, one of the great effort players in the NBA. His energy and mobility enable him to make his impact felt all over the court.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Pau Gasol made a big move this summer to join the Chicago Bulls. He was courted by a number of teams, but went with his instincts. He sees the Bulls as a team that compete for a title, saying without a doubt it is one of the championship favorites in the East alongside Cleveland. We'll see how far they go, guys.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris.
Boy, you talk about Noah's energy and hustle. His offensive rebounding is a huge plus for their offense, and his speed in transition creates problems for the opposing big men as well.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Clutch. Salmon's covering. Fournier pass to Clutch. Clock at 6. That is good. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter. At the defensive end, Steve, Noah is a key player.
Yeah, last season's defensive player of the year.
And the first half ends in a close one. Bulls lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Nick, a competitive battle out.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. A nice chunk of our offense in the first half came from the low post. And one thing that should definitely do for us in the third quarter is open things up on the perimeter. We should have a lot of room to operate outside. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. Also, we can sacrifice some manpower on the defensive glass in this half in order to have opportunities to get the break started with bodies already headed up the court. This game shouldn't be as close as it is. We're the best.
The third quarter now beginning, both sides. Orlando trailing here. So the Bulls 5 right now. D Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside, Gibson and Noah. And it's Salmons in at the small forward position. Harris kicks to Oladipo. To tie. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Oladipo's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Magic. Clutch, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Rose dishes to Noah. Three-pointer. Shot is off. And Orlando will come the other way. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, it was a big loss. Pretty much pure domination. And I thought the key was the rebounding total. I mean, it was ugly. They were completely dominated on the glass. That's going to have to improve tonight.
Chicago with the ball. They host the Kings after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Here's Clutch. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Gibson setting the pick for Salmons, and stolen by Gordon. Here's Clutch. He's got 9. The dish to Fournier. Here's Clutch. And it's off from three-point range.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here.
The kick out to Rose. Noah the screen. And it's Butler missing. Orlando's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Picked by Vucevic. Clutch the pass to Vucevic. Fournier for 3, and he gets it to go. Fournier's got 8. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, very competitive action. I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this one could come down in the last few minutes the way it looks.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Well, the shooting guards you see listed there, the ultra-reliable players for the past month. Take a look at their percentages from the field during that time. You look at Butler, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league.
Well, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable, very consistent shooters. You know, it's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
I'd say it's beyond a safe option. It's a great option. The ISO play was made for these guys. All they need is just a little room to operate, and you can count it up. Buckets.
Buckets. I like that.
Now the pass to Clutch. Pulls it up. He squares up and sinks it. Clutch has got 11. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Gordon with a screen on Rose. Here's Clutch. Rebound by the Bulls.
Ill-advised dunk attempt there. He aimed for the highlight reel and ended up on the blooper reel.
Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. So Orlando going with an almost entirely...
Stop settling for threes.
And so the...
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with...
There he is. Hey, how are things back home?
Same as they ever were.
All right.
Listen, when are you gonna come over to the house and have dinner? You know, Jeannie thinks I haven't invited you yet.
All right. Listen, tell her as soon as things slow down for me. So probably in the off season, okay?
All right, sounds like a plan. Now listen, you stay focused out there. You make your old ball coach proud.
All right. Yes, sir, I will, okay?
All right.
All right.